Welcome to a very special edition of Dave TV. Watch this.
Here I am, I'm coming in. This is the Christmas miracle, and the camera's rolling.
Oh, he's rolling camera.
Hey! Hi! It's Morris Jones with the Mojo Cam. Long time no see. Nice to see Burbank. This is real video here. Rob Spivak. Hi there! That's 2 times.
Rob Spivak.
Now it's recording.
Hey!
See?
Hi, everybody in Washington.
Look over at Buzz. Hi, Buzz.
Okay, Mike,
And then-
taking video of Morris Jones.
Yeah, and you and Rob, you're good. Oh dear, you can't put that on TV now.
Okay, folks, that was our super duper special. Let me turn the off button on the TV here. That was Don. The Don in here. There's my WJ. I'm wearing a WJFK shirt today. There you see. And let me show you the back of this. This was actually a the Mike O'Mara show. Anyhow, that was 2004 when local TV legend Morris Jones, who was Channel 5's main news anchor for many years. Then he went up to Sinclair in Baltimore, Channel 45, and then he came back here. Now he's with TBD TV, or News Channel 8, whatever you want to call it. But that's when that was late 2004 when he paid a visit to the Don and Mike show over at WJFK. He was a regular on the show. You know, he'd call in and chat with them a lot. And Morris would be on the show a lot. And of course, Don and Mike, they continued doing their show together until 2008. Then Don kind of retired from the local broadcasting biz, and Mike continued on without him with the crew. And that's Mike. That's Rob Spivak, not Rob Spivak. And then Mike and the crew, Buzz, Mike, Joe, the whole crew. Remember Beth Ann? They all continued the show through the middle of 2009, and then CBS pulled the plug on WJFK and turned it into a sports talker. They kept the junkies in the morning, but changed around the rest of the schedule. Mike sat out his non-compete contract for a couple of months, and then at the end of 2009, he started up his own podcast at MikeO'MaraShow.com. He is one of our advertisers here on DCR TV, so I'm going to really hype that. MikeO'MaraShow.com. Go there, and you can listen to the podcast with Buzz and Rob and the whole crew there. I think Oscar was there. Oscar Santana, and all those cool people. And he listened to that. And then a couple months later, as DCR TV predicted, Mike went on to get hired by 105.9 Classic Rocker, The Edge, and he does the morning show now with Kirk McEwen, who is another Washington-Baltimore radio vet. Kirk, for many years, was heard on 98 Rock up in Baltimore, and until he got unceremoniously pink-slipped from them. But, 98 Rock's a good station. Whatever. But anyhow, Kirk and Mark, he was Kirk and Mark up there, and then he was Kirk and Mike down here. So it gets a little confusing, but they're great people, and go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and check out the cool podcasts and all the fun features there. But I do enjoy watching that old video that good old Morris Jones sent me many moons ago. One other thing I wanted to chat with, the other day I did a little tribute to WBIG back in their Oldies 100 days. And I said what a cool station it was and all the cool people that worked there. People like Johnny Dark and Goldie and Kathy Whiteside. And I forgot to mention Jim and Mary. That's right. Mary Ball sent me an email on Facebook the other day, and I didn't mention them. They were the morning show there. They were hired in 1993 to launch the station, and they worked there for many years. And yes, and Mary also worked at MZQ for a while there too. They're both the stations are owned by Clear Channel. I just wanted to let Jim and Mary know that it was just my brain, missing the info there, but that wasn't any slight at all. That was a cool station though. It was back in the day when the radio station had a local feel. It was a local oldies channel. It had local personalities. It had a really good sound. It had excellent imaging, really cool jingles. You really felt this is a Washington oldies station. It really felt like Washington, and WHUR, the Howard University station. They had used to, I don't know if they still do. It used to have a slogan called "Sounds Like Washington," and Big 100, when it was Oldies 100, sounded like Washington. I really think that if somebody out there on the radio dial decided to make an oldie station sound like Washington again with real people on it and a really cool funky sound, I think it would do really well. I think CBS is in a good position to do that on 94.7 because CBS does run some cool oldie stations in Philly and New York. Clear Channel could always do it with Big. Say, hey, okay, let's let 105.9 do the classic rock schlock, and we'll go back to doing a really cool oldies format. But in this day and age, when radio stations are watching their budgets and corporate bean counters, no, we don't want any human beings working there. We don't have to pay their health insurance. It's radio stations are just cutting to the bone and saying, hey, we can make more money by just automating the whole damn thing, and that's what's happened, and it's hurt radio. Arbitron is a big radio company up in Maryland. They do all the ratings, but this quest for these PPM ratings and the whole methodology, maybe it's good for advertising and stuff, but it's been stinko for radio, and it's been stinko for the listeners. It's ruined radio. Radio has become, in many cases, automated garbage, and it's sad. People are the key to radio, and people need to be on the air. The one reason that people listen to local radio and not listen to XM or Sirius is because they get a local kick out of it. And when you lose the local kick, you lose the local talent. You're gutting radio. It's sad. Okay, one last quickie thingy. Last night on Turner Classic Movies, they ran Being There, which was Peter Sellers' last movie. And this is a brilliant movie, absolutely brilliant movie. It was filmed in Washington. It's set in Washington. It's about a guy who basically is an idiot. He just learned everything he knows by watching television. Never went to school. Has no identity. He just literally is a product of watching 1980s television. And there's a lot of clips in here of old Washington commercials, old Washington anchor people. I think we see David Shoemaker, who used to be the anchor on Channel 7. A lot of little snippets of local television, some advertising, and a lot of scenes of Washington. And it's a really, really good movie. Richard Basehart is in it. I think he plays a Russian guy. Remember him from Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea? Shirley MacLaine. And I think this is also one of Melvin Douglas's last movies, too. Melvin Douglas is a wonderful actor. You see him a lot on Turner Classic Movies. The whole career from a young man to an old man, and here he is, an old man. But I do recommend this movie. It's fascinating. And even today, some 25 years after it was made, it just, you sit there in awe and go, wow, it's brilliant, and a lot of media morals in this. So watch it. Okay, guys, that's it for this week. Hope we don't get any more snow, but they're saying we could get a little dusting today, and maybe some more tomorrow, maybe some more next week. But we're coming up on the big 1-year anniversary of the Snowpalooza, which was early February of last year. So get ready. They're going to do a whole lot of media hype on that. And you have a good one. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you next week sometime. And don't forget to stay tuned.